In this video I will explain a few things about the melody I did in the previous video. First of all, you probably noticed that the BeatBuddy entered after the first part. This gives some extra drive to the melody, but in order to do it you have to calculate where exactly you need to press the BeatBuddy in order for the rhythm to start on time, after the intro. Okay, so regarding this melody, I use the A major scale where the tonic is the A major chord. And these are the chords of the A major scale. As you probably noticed, the melody was composed of two parts. I like to call them a verse and a chorus. In the verse, I used these chords. I simply took these chords from the A major scale and played them with a little pattern. And I also added a few notes from the pentatonic scale that wraps each chord. For example, for the A major chord, I used the pentatonic that wraps nicely this chord. This is the A major pentatonic scale. For this chord, where I did, it's an E major, I use the pentatonic that sits here, this pentatonic. The notes come from here. Okay, so the chorus was made from these chords, but I also added a few others. When I compose melodies, first I take the chords from the scale. This is the safest path, and if you spend some time with the chords of the scale, you can come up with beautiful melodies. But then in order to spice it up a little bit, I like to add really few chords not from the scale. So the chorus that was made up from these chords, this, and this, I wanted to end it with an augmented chord, this one. It has a magical sound. I like it very much. Each chord is made from the first, the third, and the fifth note. In order to create an augmented chord, you need to take the fifth note and raise it by a semitone. The fifth note in this position is this one. And on the E string, it's the root note again. So I take the fifth note and I raise it by a semitone. And I get the magical sound of the augmented chord. And when I played it, I also added the first string. Now before I go to the augmented chord, I also threw in a chord that is not in the A major scale. It's the A sharp major. So I was here, and then the A sharp major, and then the augmented A chord. I simply looked for a chord that can lead nicely to the augmented chord. I didn't follow any path here, just followed my ear. I call it the artistic part of composing as opposed to the mathematical part where you simply follow the chords from the scale. In the second time I played the chorus, I again wanted to end it with an augmented chord, but this time I wanted a different augmented chord. So you'll get the same magical sound, but on a different note. So you can feel that there is still a difference from the previous time I played the chorus. So this time I chose this chord. It has exactly the same shape as this one, but now it's a C augmented chord. This is the C chord, and I raise the fifth note by semitone. Okay, so this is the augmented chord. And again, I didn't go straight to the augmented chord from this minor chord. Instead, I used the D major chord first. And then I started from the pentatonic scale that wraps this major chord. So I did. This is the pentatonic scale, and also this part. And then the two notes from the augmented chord. You can of course use the tabs I put in the video to learn how to play this melody. And you'll have to use both the tabs and the video itself to see which fingering I use. For example, in this part, you can see that I use a bar chord here, and also here in this part. And in the tabs it's not indicated. Okay, if you like this video, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to the channel. and I'll see you next time.